Alright guys, welcome back to another video, and today we're talking about my top reasons of why I'm worried about the Apple Vision Pro and some of the features that make me worried that I want to talk about in this video. The Apple Vision Pro has a lot of awesome features, and I've already made another video on that if you guys want to check it out, my top 5 favorite features that I'm looking forward to on the Apple Vision Pro, but this video is all the stuff I'm worried about on the Apple Vision Pro, so we can talk about it, so let's go ahead and get into the video.
Gaming tech, eating brekkie is the gaming tech. Going for a brekkie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie is the gaming tech. Gaming techie.
Alright guys, so the first thing coming in that I want to talk about that is on this list is the 3D nature of this. So, as you guys know, I'm a huge fan of 3D movies, and Apple actually talked about 3D movies. My mind was blown that they were actually talking about 3D movies after the obviously 3D movies haven't been around except for in theaters. On Blu-ray in the US, hardly ever, except for Avatar that they showed, and that is coming. And they showed that Disney partnership and stuff. And what makes me, worried about it is the fact that they showed Avatar. I'm excited because we're going to have 3D content. But where is this 3D content going to come from? Who's going to make this 3D? I know that they showed that Disney partnership, which is really exciting. Is Disney going to start putting on Disney Plus 3D movies? Because Disney already releases their movies in 3D in some other countries. So why not put it on Disney Plus and let that be an exclusive feature for the Apple Vision Pro, considering how great of a partnership that they have? But that's what makes me worried. I don't want this thing to be something that they showed off, and Avatar ends up being the only 3D movie that Apple shows on their hardware. They need to go after, these movie guys and let them know, hey, put your 3D movies on here, because there's still a lot of 3D movies being released, like I said, in theaters. And most of those are being released in other countries on Blu-ray, just not in the US. So they have it done already. So bring 3D back. Like a lot of us who are big fans of 3D are saying it's awesome in VR and it was made for VR, but make sure. What I'm worried about is I want Apple to support it, and I want these movie industries to go ahead and put it on the Apple Vision Pro. Otherwise, we're just going to be stuck with watching Avatar all day, apparently. So, and that's not what we want. But I'm really excited for 3D, but I hope that Apple is supporting it and getting other movie, studios and stuff on board. The next thing I want to talk about, and I know some people may not agree with me on this, but I am a person that loves the Quest, and because of social. I love social VR. I think that is what makes VR awesome. The fact that, I don't know how many of you guys know this, but I used to have a real life ping pong table right here in the center of this room, and I got rid of it because 11 table tennis in VR was so accurate and so much fun, and the fact that I can socially play anybody in the world and talk to them means I got rid of it because it was taking up too much room and it was taking up my VR space, so I literally just got rid of it. And I was like, you know what? I don't even want this anymore. Social VR is awesome. Yes, obviously some things are not always perfect, but I want to be able to, go into my headset, have a friends list, invite them into my space, watch 3D movies together. I want to be able to, have them join other experiences with me. I want to be able to watch those 180 3D videos of immersive content with me. Yes, Apple has iMessage that's going to be in there and FaceTime, but that's not inherently VR. That's just you having a FaceTime call with those 3D avatars and stuff. But I want those 3D avatars for everyone to have them and be in VR so you can feel present. I want to be able to experience the mixed reality stuff together with friends. I want it to be social, and that's obviously what Facebook is pushing. I know some people don't agree, but that's what I love about VR. I love going into big screen and going in to a movie theater with 15 people talking to each other, watching sporting events. If Apple comes out and next VR does sporting events, but it's not social and there's no watching it with friends and stuff, hugely disappointing. I love social VR, and I think that's what sells me on VR the most. And I've had a lot of great social experiences already on the Quest, and it worries me that Apple didn't really concentrate on that too much except for the FaceTime calls and stuff. So I'm hoping that when they start, updating the OS, because this is obviously, we're not even at the launch day yet, so I know they got time. I'm just talking about things I'm worried about. Doesn't mean that they're actually going to happen. But I'm hoping that when we get there that they are obviously ready to go with some of those social features or add them in the next version of the OS where, FaceTime call may start off as just a regular FaceTime call, but then you can have a 3D FaceTime call where everyone has their avatars out there and we're all in a cool space where everyone's talking on FaceTime. Or whatever the case may be, or you're all in a fantastic movie theater and watching 3D movies together. All that stuff that you guys know are really great on the Quest if you guys know about the Quest. Obviously, I want that social stuff on the Apple Vision Pro as well to take advantage of all its features, but also be social. And the number one thing I'm worried about, which is what a lot of people are probably worried about, is the games on this thing. Obviously, I'm a little less worried now because there are developers out there already talking about porting over their game. Rec Room says that they're porting over their game in full, and it's going to be there. It was on Apple's pictures of the App Store and stuff like that, so that's exciting. But and Golf Plus, one of the really popular games, says that they're looking into porting their game and they're going to figure it out. So there's developers out there that are definitely excited, but they have some stuff to figure out because obviously everything is, controlled with your eyes and your hands. There's no actual controllers. And I'm even fascinated how Rec Room is going to do this when it comes to like laser tag and paintball, on how accurate that's going to be able to play those games against other people who have controllers. How is that stuff going to work? Or even if it's not as accurate, is it even going to work? Is Apple's Vision Pro VR that much better, that it's going to do hand tracking that much better? Obviously, we'll have to wait to see. But no matter what, I think Apple should definitely release controllers, because no matter, even if they got that hand tracking working great on Rec Room and other experiences and games as well, there's no way it's ever going to be as good as a controller because you don't got that haptic feedback. You're not going to tell me that we're going to be playing a first-person shooter in VR, and it's not going to be better to have a physical controller in your hand to shoot and hit the trigger than it is to, virtually hit it somehow with my hand. It's going to be fun. It's going to be great to have hand tracking as an option, and I want to see it, but it's not going to be my preferred way to play. And unless if I have some mind-boggling solution that I see on the Apple Vision Pro that blows us all away, I don't see that being the thing. So I hope that they release controllers as an accessory. Give people the option. If developers want to use the controllers, if people want to use the controllers, do it. Make the developers have the option of both if you want, where you can use hands like in their games, but then also have the controller option, because options are good. Make the whole OS exactly like you're doing. I think that's a great idea. Make the whole OS being using your eye tracking and using your hands. Use the whole operating system exactly how you guys described it, but give people an option to use a controller. It's no different than what you showed off when you were doing the Apple Arcade stuff, where obviously there you can use an Xbox and a PlayStation controller. So why not let us use Move controllers if we want to when games need it? So that's my opinion. That's what makes me worried, because I want to see some of these games on this fantastic headset with all its exclusive features that it has, and I want to see them, but not having controllers announced so far, it makes me worried, but I'm hoping that gets rectified in the coming months and they announce some sort of support for motion controllers, but we'll see how that goes. So guys, those are my things that I'm most worried about that come to mind on the Apple Vision Pro. Obviously, I did a video about the stuff that makes me excited, and I have more things that I'm excited about that I'm worried about, but these top 3 things are definitely something that make me worried. So we'll see what happens throughout the coming months, and if some of these get addressed before it launches or right when it launches or whatever the case may be, we'll see how it progresses, and I will keep you guys updated. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave your comments down below what you guys are most worried about on the Apple Vision Pro, and let me know what you guys think. If not, thank you guys for watching. Until next time.